so much for joining us this afternoon. So we have a TroubleShooters special report for you tonight.
Yeah, it's about some students in the Coastal Bend College's nursing program having their grades changed, well, which were not authorized. And this raises a serious question about how qualified these new nurses are when it comes to time to care for all of us.
I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully.
This is it, the pinning ceremony. After hours, weeks, and months of sacrifice, commitment, and dedication, these new graduates of the Coastal Bend College's nursing program have reached their goal. 160 students from the college's 4 campuses are ready to carry out nursing's Hippocratic oath.
With loyalty will I endeavor to aid the physician in his work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care.
But in the midst of this celebration of accomplishment and achievement, serious questions are being raised about the grades they finished with. This email, dated March 23rd, from Dr. Matilde Saenz, the college's Vice President of Instruction and Economic Development, to the school registrar, mentions, quote, an unusual number of grade changes, processed and stamped by the registrar's office without faculty signatures, forms signed only by Assistant Dean Loana Hernandez, grades changed as much as 13 points, grade changes helping 12 students get a passing grade, and 241 grade changes total. Saenz says unauthorized grade changes are the most glaring violation of a faculty's integrity.
At any other college I would have been at, that registrar would have been gone. Mr. Hernandez would have been gone.
These are copies of those grade change forms obtained by the TroubleShooters. According to Dr. Saenz, the forms signed by faculty came only after they were coerced by Assistant Dean Hernandez. Dr. Saenz added that those who refused to sign were threatened with a, quote, discipline notice for noncompliance, and faculty resignations were due to intimidation by Hernandez and Dean Julia Garcia. One instructor who resigned because of the unauthorized grade changes is Melanie Reeves. She told the TroubleShooters she'd never seen anything like this in her 10 years as a nursing instructor at the school. Reeves resigned because she felt pressured.
I refused to sign those grade changes because I did not authorize them.
And what happened?
I was written up for that.
Reeves says 3 other nursing instructors also resigned over the grade changes. This student, who insisted her face not be shown, told the TroubleShooters she failed a test in the fall of 2017.
I went through depression, I went through anxieties, and then one day...
Over a grade change?
Yes, because I was dismissed from the program.
So imagine her surprise when she claims she received this text from Assistant Dean Hernandez, that her grade had been changed. She had passed. Although she was allowed to return for the spring semester, she failed another nursing class and is no longer enrolled at the school. So what could be the school's incentive, its motivation to change the grades? We asked Dr. Saenz if the changes could in any way be related to the amount of grant money the school receives.
If the numbers are consistent and growing, you could be eligible for more funds. Yes, it's definitely grant related.
Saenz further adds that school president, Dr. Beatriz Espinosa, will ultimately have to answer to the Board of Trustees about the grade changes. And that was supposed to happen at Tuesday night's board meeting. But Saenz says she was told she had to file grievances against Espinosa, Garcia, Hernandez, and the registrar, Candy Fuller, first. Jeff Massengill is on the CBC's Board of Trustees. He's also a former instructor at the school. He wants to hear all about the who, what, when, where, why, and how of these grade changes.
If a grade was changed and the student did not earn that grade, there's a problem. It doesn't matter what subject it is. This one's particularly concerning because we're talking about people who deal with, us when we're at our weakest, when we need medical attention.
Now, on more than one occasion, the TroubleShooters have asked for an interview with School President Espinosa or her sister, Dean Julia Garcia, as recently as Tuesday. Either there were scheduling conflicts or no one ever called us back. We also contacted the Texas Board of Nursing. They told us they don't interfere with the school's grading policies. We also contacted the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. They responded saying the board has been contacted regarding allegations of improper grade changes at Coastal Bend College. The agency is currently conducting due diligence on these allegations, the outcome of which will determine next steps. Tomorrow, in part 2 of our special report, Students, instructors, and administrators talk about the culture of fear and intimidation that they say exists at Coastal Bend College. As always, whenever you need help from the Troubleshooters, call us 885-0100.